Ladies and gentlemen, I beseech you to partake in this enlightening English lesson brought to you by Enzo's Butler, under the esteemed guidance of the Exceptional English Club. Our noble endeavor today shall be dedicated to the concept of survivorship bias. In our pursuit of knowledge, we shall commence with a dialogue that artfully weaves together a tapestry of words, meticulously chosen to expand our lexicon. Words such as methodically, meteoric, tycoon, and capsize shall grace our minds, enriching our vocabulary. We shall also delve into the realm of phrasal verbs, skillfully incorporating the likes of play up, jumped on, lined up, and shut down. And let us not forget the pearls of wisdom contained within idioms and sayings, for they offer a unique perspective on life. Skewed perception, strike gold, and ebb and flow shall dance upon our tongues, conveying deeper meanings. Once our minds have been nourished by the essay, we shall put our newfound knowledge to the test with a comprehension check. Fear not, for this shall be a gentle examination designed to reinforce our understanding. And as we approach the end of our lesson, we shall engage in drills to further solidify our grasp of vocabulary, phrasal verbs, and idioms. Dear participants, let us not squander this opportunity to expand our linguistic horizons. With diligence and optimism, let us embark upon this journey of intellectual growth. Together we shall emerge from this lesson with our minds enlightened and our English skills sharpened.
The scene unfolds in an elegant study room, where an array of valuable, antique books is lined up. Enzo, a man of substantial wealth, is perched on a comfortable wingback chair, holding a newspaper that's detailing the success story of a new entrepreneur. Across the room, a figure dressed immaculately in a butler's attire is methodically cleaning a mahogany desk, his attention swiveling periodically to Enzo.
This chap is truly a mover and shaker, a game changer in the world of finance. Just read about his meteoric rise. He's living proof that if you take risks and work hard, you're bound to strike gold.
If I may, sir, it seems like you've jumped on the bandwagon of success stories, swayed by the glitter of gold while neglecting the rust of failures.
What do you mean?
Sir, you're falling victim to survivorship bias. You're focusing only on those who've ridden off into the sunset of success, while crossing out the failures that didn't make it.
Survivorship bias, elucidate please.
Picture a sea full of sailors, all attempting to weather the storm. Some will be successful, reaching safe shores, but many will capsize, their stories sinking with them. If we solely acknowledge those who survive, we forget the rest, leading to a skewed perception of reality. This gives way to an overly optimistic view of success.
Interesting. So you're saying that we often fail to fess up to the fact that we're only seeing the winners in any scenario?
Precisely, sir. For instance, we laud the tycoons who've walked off with fortunes, while ignoring those who had to eat crow after their ventures failed. This gives us a warped view of what it takes to succeed. It's a bit like counting the hits and ignoring the misses, only paying attention to the victories that match our ambitions.
But surely, some successes do stem from extraordinary abilities or methods.
Of course, sir, but often it's simply a matter of timing or luck. Consider the case of Joseph Banks-Rhine, a researcher in parapsychology who claimed to have identified individuals with extrasensory perception. His conclusion was drawn from a small set of successful tests, but he failed to take into account all the individuals who didn't pass his criteria. The error here is akin to running up a scorecard with only the goals you've scored, and completely ignoring those missed by your team. It's a biased view that doesn't take into account the full scope of attempts made.
I see your point. I recall reading about a study where Academy Award winners were reported to live longer than their less successful peers. It was later found to be a case of survivorship bias as well.
Indeed, sir, it's important not to bite off more than we can chew when interpreting such findings. Success can be a tricky beast to understand and, unfortunately, our perspectives often play up the wins and downplay the losses.
Well, it looks like I've got a lot to ponder on. So essentially, when looking at successful entities, I should also sign in the ones that didn't make it.
Yes, sir. When it comes to understanding success, don't go without considering the failures. It's just as critical to understand why things fail as it is to understand why they succeed.
Well, in that case, I'll have to swing round my approach to this. This survivorship bias business is quite the revelation.
It often is, sir. Understanding it can help us make more informed decisions and avoid jumping on bandwagons without fully understanding the journey they took to get there.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind. Now go on at your work and do tell me more about such cognitive biases as we shack up here in the future.
Absolutely, sir. I'll be sure to do that.
In the grand scheme of things, one has to remember that success and failure are two sides of the same coin. They are the push and pull of ambition, the ebb and flow of endeavor. A complete picture, stripped of survivorship bias, would reflect this. It would echo the truth that there are no sure-shot routes to success, and no ventures that are doomed from the start. Every step taken after understanding this vital truth would indeed be a step taken wisely.
Comprehension questions. Question number 1. What does Enzo think about the entrepreneur mentioned in the newspaper? Question number 2. According to the conversation, what is survivorship bias? Question number 3. What analogy does the butler use to explain survivorship bias? Question number 4. How does the butler explain Joseph Banks Rhine's research in parapsychology? Vocabulary multi-choice. The boutique offers a wide what of products, catering to various customer preferences and tastes. A. Range. B. Variety. C. Mahogany. D. Array. E. Survive. The company has a strict dress code, requiring employees to wear formal what during office hours? A. Glitter. B. Attire. C. Wear. D. Clothing. E. Array. The marketing team conducted market research to minimize what and ensure their campaigns targeted a wide range of consumers. A. Swivel. B. Errors. C. Attire. D. Costs. E. Bias. She knew that if she wanted to succeed in the business world, she was what to face many challenges along the way. A. Going. B. Glitter. C. Bound. D. Willing. E. Sway. Phrasal verbs multi-choice. Investors often what the latest tech trend, hoping for quick profits without thoroughly evaluating the risks. A. Jumped onto. B. Focus on. C. Jumped on. D. Go on at. E. Leading to. Poor communication within the team can what misunderstandings and ultimately loss of productivity. A. Lead into. B. Result to. C. Shut down. D. Lead to. E. Lined up. The conference room was filled with professionals, what to pitch their innovative business ideas. A. Lined high. B. Lined up. C. Lining up. D. Go on at. E. Gives way to. Not all startups, what? To the big leagues. Many fail to secure funding and eventually shut down. A. Play up. B. Running up. C. Make it. D. Make waves. E. Take it. Idioms and phrases. Definition: to take on more responsibility or commit to more than one can handle. A. Ebb and flow. B. Bite off more than we can chew. C. Meteoric rise. D. Running up a scorecard. Definition: to be humiliated or forced to admit a mistake or defeat. A. Eat crow. B. Strike gold. C. Ebb and flow. D. Grand scheme of things. Definition: the natural rise and fall or fluctuation of something. A. Ebb and flow. B. Eat crow. C. Bite off more than we can chew. D. Grand scheme of things. Definition: the overall plan or perspective. A. Grand scheme of things. B. Bite off more than we can chew. C. Push and pull. D. Eat crow. Definition: to join or support a popular trend or activity. A. Mover and shaker. B. Bite off more than we can chew. C. Strike gold. D. Jump on the bandwagon.
I express my utmost gratitude for your attentive ear. If you enjoyed this lesson, kindly subscribe and share it with your friends. Should you seek further enlightenment in the intricacies of the English language, I do cordially invite you to pay a visit to Enzo's Butler Club and join our growing community of English enthusiasts. I am Enzo's Butler, always at your service.